In store for you. Of course, the wonderful vineyards of Italy give way to an abundance of wine, both red and white. So we wanted to make sure, Susie and Julie, that you were up to snuff on what you'll need to know in terms of wine tasting and wine selection. So we brought in Laurie Lewis, the co-owner of Hip Chicks Do Wine, and she's going to give you some tips on how to display that you have some knowledge, right, Laurie?
Exactly.
First, I have to ask, ladies, do you drink wine? Taste wine.
Duh.
Gulp wine.
I'm guessing that's a big fat yes.
Not wine tasters, no wine gulpers. So, Laurie, this is what you're working with. What would your first suggestion be?
Well, first, you're leaving tomorrow, right? You said?
Yes.
So maybe spend a little bit of time this afternoon Googling Italian wine, so you know a little bit more about what you're getting into here. You'll know what kind of varietals that they have. Maybe pick out some places close to where you're staying that you might want to visit. Since your itinerary is a little bit up in the air, you might get a chance to do some of that on your own. You always want to taste your dry whites before your reds. Always dry wines before sweet wines. So today I poured 3 different wines for you. You have a Viognier, nice and dry and fruity. It's got lots of pear and melon. You can go ahead and give it a taste.
Doesn't come from a box, Susie.
No, it doesn't come from a box. Before you taste, it's always nice to give it a smell. You'll notice the difference if you don't swirl versus if you do swirl. You're going to get a lot more aromas with swirling.
Even the white wines, you swirl all of them.
You swirl all of them.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
No, it's not like shaking. Okay.
It's a round motion,
So
right,
is that,
Laurie?
is that good enough?
It is. That's
Okay.
good.
You know,
even if you're not comfortable swirling up here, you can always set it on the table and give it a good swirl that way.
Watch that white tablecloth.
Oh yeah.
Laurie.
Well, I know.
That is very good.
Yes, very dry.
Should you get your own?
Well, I don't have any.
Right
Well,
there,
she has a
Julie.
red.
Should I start with the white?
Yeah. Okay.
You guys can share. It's equal opportunity tasting. Why not? Rod, you have a Syrah.
That's very,
The
very
Syrah.
good.
You have the Syrah. You have our fullest bodied red. It's lots of plum, nice peppery notes to it. You have the Wine Benny Rouge. This is a blend. You know, a lot of European wines are going to be blends. So you may not know what's in them until you taste them.
You'll like that, but it's going to turn your teeth red.
Maybe you need to buy some of those little wine teeth wipes.
Really, she has that issue.
What are the Italian wines known for, though? Like if I'm comparing them to the, to something I'd have here in California.
Right. So Sangiovese is one of the primary grapes in Chianti, for example. So Chiantis are typically blends of several different grapes, but you're going to find a lot of Sangiovese there. We grow Sangiovese here in the Pacific Northwest as well, but mostly up in Washington, a little bit down in Southern Oregon. But lots of nice fruit-forward wines. Everything's going to be good with food. That's what Italian wines are known
Chianti,
for.
you can just pour that in a big glass and just chug it, right? Am I right on this?
Well, you can do that with any wine.
Big straws. Okay.
The important thing is to drink what you like, right? If you're not having fun, you're doing the wrong thing here, people.
Right. Is it okay to mix a red and a white at the same meal?
In the same
definitely,
glass?
definitely. Well, now we're
rosé.
Now we're getting into the sangria realm here. That's Spain, not Italy.
Well, Laurie Lewis with Hip Chicks Do Wine, thanks so much for coming by.
Yes, thank you.
Well, and before we send the ladies off, we have to give them a taste of Italy.